How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Just ticked over to May 21st, 2019. Coming to you live, it's Brick Suit Bobby. Everybody saw that gentleman in the brick suit being pulled on stage with Donald Trump at a little rally there. Trump getting them fired up. I see a wall suit. We need some wall funding. We've got diversions happening, trying to work their way through the court systems. We may get a little productive action out of our esteemed government officials. What's happening, cheap Jewish man? What the fuck have you been up to all day? Haggling? He's out there haggling, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting the best price. That's his right as an economic actor. Everybody complains about, the stereotype of Jewish haggling. No, dude. Take some notes. Cheap Jewish man says he's been out there delivering bagels. Now I hope they were fresh. I hope they were everything bagels. That's the bagel you want, dude. Get this onion out of my face. Get the plain bagel out of my face. Give me that everything bagel. And you better not put, it better not be no raisin bagel, dude. And I want some good cream cheese to go with it. It's got to be soft. It's got to be made with that East Coast water, right? Get that dough just right, ladies and gentlemen. I was out today, slanging jokes about Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. And my disappointment at the direction that liberals or so-called liberals seem to be going in. I myself consider myself to be a classical liberal. I don't know what the fuck is happening anymore. Now liberal is like Bill Nye's Netflix show. I just want to get in a private room and teach your daughter about her gender fluidity. No, Bill. How about a front kick to the solar plexus? All right, you give him that front snap kick. That'll fold a pedophile real quick, dude. Not around here. What up, Aaron Friedman? What up, Florida Stacker? Oh, Brick Suit Bobby. He shows up on time, dude. He's here all week. We're stacking bricks. We're getting on our masonry. Oh shit, Simply A finished that military training. He's been on that push-up. Oh. He's been on that long distance running. He's been climbing the rope ladders, dude. He's been getting spittle, screamed in his face by some individuals who, belong in a Stanley Kubrick movie. Florida Secretary says, I hope all your people in Oklahoma are safe and sound. They're doing their thing. They had some minor family catastrophes with just compounding, shit that goes wrong on the house. Like, the water heater's out and then we need a plumbing thing done. And it's like, 600 here, 800 there. But they're hardworking individuals. All right, they get it done. They've got a lot of logos. Tornadoes in Ponca City. Are you talking about tonight, cheap Jewish man? Oh, Oklahoma's getting hit. Oh, Lord. Well, we are thankfully right down the street from a shelter. My elementary school there, not very far away. and also big gymnasiums nearby. All day was bad. Well, tornadoes, Oklahoma. That's the first I've heard of it. Tornado watch is in effect until 5 a.m. for the following locations. Oh boy, and then it doesn't list the locations. Well, thanks, Google. Appreciate it. All right. Well, right now it doesn't show K County where I'm from, but hopefully everyone doing fine. I had a couple close scares with tornadoes when I lived there, dude. We had one, we were at the dealership, all right, checking out possible vehicles for this Chinese chick I was dating. Because I think her parents were going to help her get a car. And so we went checking out cars at this dealership and got caught in a crazy, like almost tornado hailstorm. And it was just like we were in the building, just in the safest place we could be, but we could still hear that choom, choom, choom of the big rocks of ice just hitting cars out on the lot. And I was like, shit, we'll probably get a discount. That's that, as long as we survive, it's that blessing in disguise, dude. Get that little, hail dent discount. Ain't nothing wrong with it. What up, Cactus Jack? What up, Chatter Kitty? Aaron Friedman likes an Asian on occasion. Well, that's the only Asian chick I've ever dated. But she can cook up some mean fried rice. All right. She was very into emojis. And taking selfies, with the peace sign. Chowder Kitty just spent $127 at McDonald's. Oh boy. I hope you got some chin-ups in before that, dude. For your biceps' sake. That's a lot of fuel that could be pumping up your biceps. All right? And then you can get to the chopper more effectively. What joke are you talking about, Cactus Jack? I was talking about sleepy, creepy Joe Biden tonight, and they liked the where Trump shows up with the little girl accusers. Little girls, please point out on the doll where Joe Biden violated you. We can see it on the YouTube video playing behind us all. Trump is that ruthless. Oh, okay. The joke you wrote. I thought you were talking about something I said. You said never trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die. Well, that's, you're going to scare everybody. You gotta, I don't know, I'd have to see your delivery. All right. I was up there tonight, dude, asking why do women work out their upper body at the gym? All right. Why? Who is that for? Oh, bro, you see my chick? She's got a sculpted back, bruh. Oh, dude, it looks like the face of the moon. It's peaks and valleys. Oh my God, Michelangelo himself sculpted this chick's back. It's so hot. Oh my God, her shoulders are just extruding. It reminds me of the outraged chancellor. Oh my God. I like a strong arm woman, I like to be jerked hard, bro. I like triceps on top of triceps, bro. Anything less than that, you can keep it. My girl got to be able to live. Who is that for? And I was talking about, Bernie Sanders and the Accessible Pussy Act. My supporters need pussy. And Rosie O'Donnell was providing, all the burnouts. And it's all, very friendly and very socialistic because, 4 in 10 Americans embrace socialism, according to a new Gallup poll. Oh, how cute. Seems like 4 in 10 Americans were not properly breastfed. All right. And now, they're very resentful. They want to, move right on over to the government teat. And make up for lost time. What up, Derek? Yeah, it has been a while, brother. What's happening? We're talking about 4 in 10 Americans embrace socialism, which means they weren't properly breastfed. Now they're moving on over to that government nip. It's the ideology of bribery. Oh my goodness. And another one, 41% of college students believe hate speech is not protected under the First Amendment. Oh, well. We're just nice and fluffy and subjective and emotional, aren't we? Whatever I decide has been a transgression. From now on is so. I will be the social tyrant. Okay, you must comply with my social tyrant smockery. I'm going to wear a dictator smock, and my emotions shall rule the day because of my retweets by other mental patients on Twitter. It's not how we do it here at the Outrage Crew, dude. We do weighted dips. All right, we're out here in the jungle. We're oiled up. We're jacked as a motherfucker. We're hunting the predatory ideas. We're arguing against the rulership of the illegitimate government. They don't want it. We're not getting divided along racial lines, despite Cactus Jack's jokes about black people. We're like that Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're reaching out to the brothers and fucking don't vote for these idiots on the left. Who are black people looking at right now on the left and saying, that's my guy or woman? I don't think the black vote is guaranteed. All right, for the left this time around. That is hilarious. Cactus Jack said, only for the brothers to double drop kick you in the back. I didn't even see his skin tone, dude. But I assume, wasn't it an event in South Africa, the dude that drop kicked Arnold? That was one of the most absurd fucking things I've ever seen, dude. And you would have thought that, Arnold was still brick suit Bobby. He might as well have been wearing a brick suit like the guy Trump invited on stage. He just took that shit like it was a fucking mosquito sting. That's that brick suit Bobby, dude. That's the goddamn Terminator. What do you think you're doing? That might be the stupidest attempt at attention. Like, how frustrated and ineffectual are you in any aspect of life where you see Arnold Schwarzenegger and you recognize him and he's in your country giving an interview and you're like, this is my moment. Finally. I've got to jump on the Terminator. Arnold had that predator detection, dude. He's that brick suit Bobby. And his security guard was totally slipping on the job, dude. He was just sitting there watching the interview, like, you know, like he was enjoying it with his TV dinner and shit. And that dude just snuck up behind him. If he was a real psycho, he might have had a knife and fucking came at Arnold from the back. If he really wanted to do damage, dude, that could have been ugly. But it's just like, what? I would just love to like get it. I want to hear that guy's side of the story. Like, what if he's being honest was his real intention? He just got so nervous. All he was planning to do was go up and ask for an autograph and say he likes his movies. And that's all he was originally planning to do. You know, he was gonna do a pose, you know, in the selfie picture he was gonna get. And then he panicked when he saw him in the flesh. He's like, oh my God. And he, you know, he's like schizophrenic, so he imagines he's in the action movie. What does an action hero do? You know? And he draws back on the one like episode of pro wrestling he saw one time. And he's like, oh, that's the move. Fuck. That drop kick, man. Oh yeah, that's the go-to panic move. All right? When you're starstruck, sometimes you just have a strong impulse to drop kick somebody. You know. Classic drop kick. But yeah, you got to get the security. What up, Ty McCullough? He says Arnold used to work out with my science teacher. Was, you know, he's on the scientific method of sculpting. Ty McCullough says, I know some South Africans, they were just playing with him. That's a fucked up way to play, dude. That full force, you know, big time drop kick. Arnold should have put him in a goddamn tilt-a-whirl backbreaker after that shit. Oh yeah, Cactus X says won't support Trump because he doesn't want his Latina maid girlfriend to get deported. That's hilarious. Of course. Now supposedly, ladies and gentlemen, this is from May 17th. It says on Reuters, Trump's diversion of billions for border wall faces first U.S. court test. So it says the U.S. House of Representatives took its battle over the Trump administration's border wall to federal court on Friday, urging a judge to stop billions of dollars being transferred toward the construction of the barrier without approval by Congress. Oh yes, the traitorous Congress that is more concerned with you know, the left making them look bad in the fake media than actually getting any sane agenda passed through. We just want a virtue signal about Trump, and oh my God, we really care about the poor migrants. They don't give a goddamn. They want to keep playing off this fake, like, you know, theater show of partisan politics while every one of them keeps getting paid and keeps getting their pockets fattened by these lobbyists and special interests. They just want to sit pat and just, we don't want to upset the Democrats too much. We wouldn't want to actually win. They're so far off from trying to actually win. They're just, but supposedly, Trump is at least attempting to divert billions, all right, to that wall fund. I'm trying to be that brick suit Bobby. You guys know what it is. I'm trying to get invited on stage by the God Emperor. He said, bring him up. Come on, bring him up. And Trump did that, you know, weird handshake thing he does. he like stopped him from hugging him, and he had the alpha overhand shake, and it was a little. But you know, he was stoked to be up there, dude. He went for that hug. But Donald was like, I just saw Arnold get drop kicked out of nowhere. I don't want you to stab me with you know. That would be the ultimate undercover if you wore a brick suit to the Trump rally. Cactus Jack says Trump blacklisted Hawaii today. So Goody had to drop them from their smartphone contract. Are you talking about Google? Trump blacklisted. Oh, Huawei. I've never seen that spelled out before. I assumed it started with a W. Huawei. Make them drop from their smartphone contract. Oh, shit. They would have became the world's largest Android company, and Trump said, no way, because they're Chinese. Oh, dude, you don't want to play that game with Trump. He'll get nasty. All right? He'll get ruthless. That's hilarious. Yeah. We buy American. No, thank you. Huawei. We're going to go ahead and stop that. That's not what we're doing. Okay, you have a communist dictator in charge of your ridiculous country. And he thinks he's got a big dick, but I've got another nuclear button coming for him. All right? What up, Jake Hall Brooks? What did Time McCullough say? Time McCullough said, my girlfriend would have you in the fetal position in the closet, squeezing the water out of the steel on your pistol in terror and not really understanding why. What now? Are you married to a fictional assassin woman from, you know, a very progressive and diverse action movie? Is that who you're dating, sir? Are you dating fictional characters? Are you dating Laura Croft? Yeah, Trump doesn't want war with Iran. Did you see that interview where he was talking? He shouted out the military-industrial complex. What up, Adam? It was outside the White House or something. I can't remember who the interviewer was. But he said, you know, I don't want conflict in Iran. I just wanted to get rid of ISIS and bring our troops home. He's like, but these military industrial complex people, they're committed to this idea, you know. So, man, I hope we see some good moves coming up soon, dude. Because he's that commander-in-chief. What up, Joey? You don't need to continually refer to the quote-unquote expertise of these people who have wasted trillions of our tax dollars in the Middle East. And Trump knows that his base wants to bring the troops home. He knows that his base isn't militaristic and warmongering. That was one of the main things that went against Hillary Clinton. Her no-fly zone in Syria would have led to possible conflict with the Russians. We would have to, because that was Russian-controlled airspace. And so if one of their aircraft were to fly over Syria, we would, you know, based on that policy, we would be shooting it down. I don't think Mr. Judo, not give a fuck, Vladimir Putin, would have liked that too much. What up, AJ? But yeah, dude, he's trying to get billions for the wall. He's trying to bring the troops home. Everything is stacked against him. But now we're through the Russia horseshit dragnet. AJ, did you miss anything good? No, just the rantings, you know. of a buzzed patriot in Hollywood. That's all you missed, baby. You know, it was scintillating as always. Talking about that brick suit Bobby, all right? We're talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger not supporting Trump because he really wants to, maintain that lovely relationship with his probably illegal immigrant nanny, and how he can take a drop kick, and how we all need goddamn brick suits. I don't know about my, just taking a drop kick as I am, but if I'm wearing a brick suit, dude, that wall's getting 10 feet higher. You got to get up there to drop kick the chancellor when he's got the brick suit on, when he's brick suit bobbied up. But yeah, Trump was the anti-war candidate. He was the one calling out, the bullshit surrounding the Iraq war. And Hillary was like, oh, we're gonna fucking poke the hornet's nest in Russia. Let's do that. What? They're fucking straight white males and they want to be Christian. They want to defeat ISIS. Me and Obama, we're the founders of ISIS. I mean, come on. Aren't you guys down with death? We came, we saw, he died. Oh, didn't you see my wonderful creation in Libya? Oh my God, she's so likable. How did she not win? Aren't you guys down with death? Trump's like, we say no to death. We don't support death except for ISIS, who you founded, Hillary, with Obama, you co-conspirators. Those were not rebels, okay? You armed them, you funded them, you trained them. We all know. We all know. It's a good thing a guy like you isn't in charge of the laws in this country. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because you'd be in jail. And deep state hats and lids were blown off of their axis. Thank you, AJ. Cactus Jack says Trump invited some guy with a suit and bricks on stage while he's talking about the wall. That's what I'm talking about. That's why the stream is titled Brick Suit Bobby. Cactus Jack, that's who he invited up. That's that Brick Suit Bobby. My Obama is sterling. I'll have you folks know. It's Morgan Freeman with a little more arrogance. And if okie dokie, if you want to support Trump, well, you're supporting that radio host down in Texas. He thinks me and Hillary Clinton are actual demons. Trump went on his show. It's a little, we can get into Morgan Freeman, yes. We'll talk about the universe. It's a little more smoky and gravelly for Morgan, because he's a man of wisdom. He's lived a long life. But it's kind of the same cadence, if you will. But Obama, he's got a little more tenor in him, all right? And I definitely don't want to be guarded by Nick Jordan in the pickup basketball game, everybody. All right, folks, I just would prefer if somebody else guarded me. He's a lockdown defender. And if okie dokie, if I can't get my shot off, that's not going to look good for the cameras. I would send Obama's shit back into the third row. Get that swished hipped horse shit out of here. Turn me into Jesse Ventura real quick, dude. And I'll slack-jawed faggots on my team. Jesse the body. I get the first pick. I'm winning the tip. I'm setting a pick. I'm shitting a pick here. Jesse the Body is shitting a pick. Don't be a slack-jawed faggot and not use the pick. I'm fucking brick suit Bobby when I set a pick. Well, these slack-jawed faggots trying to get through my pick. It's not happening. How long did it take me to do impressions? I don't know. You just do them. Aaron Freeman says wall will be made of concrete. Oh yeah, I want it to be made of gold. If we're gonna make, if we're gonna have a wall fitting for the God Emperor, it's got to be at least gold plated. Play some Bobby Shmurda. Oh, that dude, that is the height, of modern rapper idiocy. When you go on a song, this is a guy that went on a song and admitted that he killed somebody and was like shouting out the people that helped him do it and like where they were when they did it and how they did it. And it was like his verse. And it's like, he went to jail. And it's like, what are you doing? This ain't creative license. This is just sadistic. What's happening? You can rap about shooting, but come on. It's supposed to be fun, like a damn horror movie. That rainbow hair motherfucker, he got arrested, and I think he snitched on people. Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think he's ratted some people out, and so I don't know if that's going to end very well for old Rainbow Head. Shit, I forgot to plug my damn phone in. We should probably do that. Oh, the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. I hope Alan James comes on the podcast tonight because he gave me a very generous donation last night, and I wanted to ask him, if I could use it for a cord for the camera instead of a. All right, we're back. I was going to ask Alan James if I could use the donation there for a cord for the camera so I can connect the microphone. Instead of, he was thinking about I should buy a webcam, and he gave me enough to buy the webcam, and I'm like, I'm down for it, thank you, sir. But I'm just thinking about what's going to contribute more value to the channel. What am I going to do with this webcam if I get OBS set up? Like, I guess I can import like Skype. I can have people on, but I kind of just like it when it's me and the Outrage crew and I can respond to everybody's comments and it's interactive and it's more engaging to watch. When somebody else is on the podcast, it's just I'm concentrating on what they're saying and we're not, getting the real engagement. So I don't know what other value OBS would bring to the picture. But I'm thinking, the street interviews are going to be fun as hell. So I got to get that cord for the mic. What up, Kyle? Yeah, we were talking about 4 in 10 Americans embrace socialism. Real quick, I got to check if the phone is plugged in. Plugged in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take my first outrage piss of the evening. Please rate me out of 10. I shall come back, crack another beer, and we're going to get into why people support socialism. Because they didn't get breastfed, and they're looking for a teat to suckle on. They want Bernie Sanders to whip out his teat, all right, and feed them with unconditional love that they did not receive as children. And they just deserve it. Because rich people bad. And white people bad. I shall return, ladies and gentlemen.
this.
Aaron Freeman says, who pisses this much after one beer? Oh, yeah, that's that Dragon Energy metabolism. Runs right through the Chancellor. And this is my day after the workout, so it's a low carb day. I always piss gallons on that day. Dude. It's goddamn Niagara Falls in the apartment. On the day after the workout day when I kick it back to that low carb. I'm glad I figured out carbohydrate cycling because I used to do what I thought, The Rock did and just have a cheat day. And so I would eat low carb like 6 out of 7 days of the week. And by that fourth, fifth, and sixth day, dude, I was just miserable. Oh boy, broccoli again. Chicken breast again. And then the night before my cheat day, the clock would tick over to midnight and I'll be like, game on, motherfucker. And I would go down to the 24-hour Yum Yum Donuts, ladies and gentlemen. And I would indulge myself in as many goddamn tasty fried pieces of dough as I could manage. And then I would pass out, wake up, usually in the afternoon, and I would head over to that Little Caesars Pizza. And I'm getting me a pie, and I'm getting me breadsticks. And dude, I would be laying on the floor in my apartment so goddamn full because I ate too much. I would just have to lay there and digest. So retarded. Get to the point where you don't even enjoy it. But then I figured out the carbohydrate cycling thing and how you need carbohydrates to replenish the glycogen in your muscles so you can get away after that lift with eating anything you goddamn want. And it also digests a lot faster because you work out on an empty stomach with a little bit of caffeine. That gets your metabolism all ramped up. And you can digest a whole lot of goddamn calories after that. Oh, there's a conspiracy theory that The Rock has synthol in his muscles and he doesn't actually work out. Ty McCoa says, Hollywood is killing you. Everybody out there is worried about looking like a man, but not actually being one. No, I joke around about getting big and being that 6'2" sliced alone and being that Renaissance Rambo, and shaming the communists with my musculature. But ultimately, it's just a really good way to stay healthy and feel good. You get in there and lift them weights, dude. You get the metabolism going, and then you get some carbohydrates replenished, which aren't good for your health if you're not eating them when you need them after a workout. So that's how a lot of people get sick, is they get their immune systems damaged because they want to eat some sugar. They're fucking alive. Like, we have all this delicious sugar around us, and it's like, I'm just never going to have any of it. Like, bullshit. Shut the fuck up, and you're going to eat a cupcake, dude. You're going to succumb to the temptation, and then you're going to overdo it, and you're going to get sick. Instead, why not have, the controlled eating of delicious, sweet food, and heavy carb food, and have it on a schedule, and then put your body in the perfect situation to deal with it. Use a little goddamn discipline. So it's a way to, stay feeling good. And, looking good is a nice byproduct. Same thing with getting sun. Like, people think it's superficial to, try to get a tan. Dude, we need vitamin D. That's why our skin is so goddamn white. It's because we need the absorption of sunlight whenever we can get it. So we evolved in northern climates where it was rarely a lot of sun. So whenever it was out, we had to soak that motherfucker up. And so it does a tremendous job of helping regulate your mood and your, your ups and downs in the day, dude. If you get some good sun on a damn near daily basis, that's just fucking tremendous for you. I see people out here living in California and they're just ghoulishly pale. And I'm like, what? You're paying the rent for this year-long sun, sir. What in the fuck are you doing? But, a lot of it, it's not just aesthetics because people like to think of, your mind and your body being independent. That's one of the values of when I started listening to the Rogan podcast. He got me thinking about your mind as a function of how your body overall is functioning. Like when you're working out on a regular basis and you got your diet dialed in, your brain works way better and you have way more energy. And so it's not this mind-body dichotomy where it's like, oh, you can just, neglect your body and just eat whatever the fuck you want and then be functioning optimally upstairs. I'm trying to be jacked, into my 70s, dude. I'm gonna be that swole 70-year-old. I'm still going to be on my brick suit Bobby, But for those of us who don't have an actual suit that looks like bricks, we got to build our muscles up to be our own goddamn brick suit. I'm building my brick suit, ladies and gentlemen. Trump can't get the funding for the wall, but goddamn it, I'm going to build some bricks. I'm going to build a wall of traps. All right? I can't afford, I don't have the property to build my own wall, as Owen Benjamin did, but I'm trying to build a wall of traps and shoulders. All right? Catch Check says, need to start doing compound lifts. That's pretty much all I do. I do chin-ups, I do dips, I do military press, I do squat, and then I throw in some curls and chest machine. And then lat raises at the end. I got my squat form down pat. It hits that lower back, baby. Dirtweed says, had the shirt off yesterday up here in Canada. The temp now here is 41. Yesterday was 88. Ooh, that's that fluctuation. It was a little chilly when the sun went down today in California. Natty Light Nick, Brick Suit Bobby. But yeah, I used to be on that cheat meal, dude. That's that's insane. The rock shit that he posts. But the thing is, he works out before he eats all that shit. Cactus Check says all this knowledge means nothing with 14-inch arms, Nick. Well, I'm that theoretical Arnold Schwarzenegger. I got all the technique down, dude. I just got to be able to afford the calories. But the Dragon Energy metabolism, it tears through that food, dude. You got to tolerate it. Tolerate the calorie load. Trump is the goddamn commander-in-chief, dude. Bring the troops home. He's got to look those military-industrial complex sneaks right in the face and be like, you know what? I'm the commander-in-chief. I run shit. We're bringing the troops home. Stop putting up with this bullshit, Trump. You know what the base wants. You know what the right move is. Kekshak says, Nick, does it piss you off the only difference between you and politicians is that they're lawyers and you're not, even though you're smarter than them? Yeah, well, it's like, yeah, they get these degrees in basically, word manipulation instead of having any rational evaluation of economics or what the ethics of the situation should be. And then it's like they get into the position of power and they need all these favors done for them along the way. And so they got to repay the favors once they get into office. And it's like, fundamentally, I mean, anybody who enters into that system who isn't already super rich and famous like Trump was, they're fucked because they've got to raise money. All right. They've got to go and glad hand with these special interests and, these big multinational corporations and the big banks. They got to do that in order to even have a shot in the dark to even sniff a seat. You got to have some notoriety to your name, or you got to have a lot of money to be able to put up, or you take the slime ball route, which is you get a law degree from somewhere and you work your way into the political, minefield of leftism and, start meeting the right people and schmoozing at cocktail parties and giving the right people their hand jobs under the desk. Oh, how fun. I'll get you back when I'm in office. Ugh. But Trump provided that new model. You just got to have the notoriety, the know-how, and the chutzpah. And the money. Aaron Freeman says, I don't like vapes. Give me the bud. Well, I hit a little bit of the bud before the podcast. That's why I'm a little slightly more mellowed out version of the Outrage Chancellor tonight, I think. Slightly more chink-eyed. If you want to be politically incorrect and take a blatant shot at the Chinese there. We are in a trade war with the Chinese. I think some jokes are in order. But yeah, I hit that little magical herb before the podcast. Cactus says, my brother is in patent law school, and he says that 50% of the students are Chinese immigrants who can't speak English. It's obvious that they're stealing our technology. Oh my God. That's weird. You don't see Asians, in general going into the law field a lot, I feel like. They're a lot more, spatially, mathematically inclined on average, I think. I think that might be an anomaly. They're usually in that damn engineering and fucking chemistry. China has been stealing our patents. I don't know how I feel about the patent system. I think it should be totally, free market, dude. I mean, if you want to copy somebody's shit, I mean, it's all about whoever gets to the idea first and whoever figures out how to distribute it. I mean, I think there's a meritocracy there, and you can let it be known that somebody stole your shit. You just got to be able to prove it yourself. Make your backup records. All right? Come out and claim your inventions. We don't need the goddamn government to give you a stamp. China literally has a section of their military dedicated to stealing our technology. I don't doubt they do. They should probably steal some of our principles. But that has to happen from the ground up. All right, the public in China is too drone-like, too accepting of authority. You know, because they're all into this cultural of tradition, all into this tradition of, you know, culture of traditionalism is what I was trying to say. They're all into this culture of traditionalism. You know, older people are always smarter than you. You know, that's why things move. Time moves very slowly in China because you don't question the higher ups. You just put your head down and work your ass off. And so fundamentally, that's why I'm not worried about China, is because they're not the real innovators. You know, they're trying to copycat. And that's fine, dude. You know, just, you know, watch the shining city on a hill. Take notes. What up, front hole enthusiast? R.I.P. Nikki Lauda. I don't know who that is. Ty McCullough says, even Chuck Norris is starting to play games with my boy Bruce Lee in a code. I hear it. If he keeps lying about my boy, I'm going to put him in a headlock. What in the hell are you talking about, Ty McCullough? You're having theoretical Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee martial arts matches in your comments. Chuck Norris wins. If it's not all Hollywood bullshit. All right. Chuck has that size advantage, dude. And he's got the ginger fast twitch. I think Chuck would have put him down. Bruce Lee was the better actor, but you know, Chuck, I think he's got them stronger kicks. Cactus Check says, Obama destroyed the patent system. He made a law that makes it so that the first person to go to the patent office with the idea owns the idea, even if they're not the inventor. Huh. I mean, that's one version of a meritocracy. Whoever has the fastest car. If you're an inventor, you better have a fucking fast car, dude. Just fucking peel off to the patent office. You gotta beat them there. But yeah, I don't know. You can probably dispute it in court if you have evidence that you came up with the shit way before that person. I bet there's a dispute process for that. You know, like people are like, I write screenplays out here, and people are always worried, like, oh, you're sending your screenplay out to people. Do you think they're going to steal it? And I'm like, well, I do have the email with the date and the time where I sent them the script from my address, and they received it. So it's going to be kind of hard for them to claim that they wrote it. Cactus Shack says no dispute process if they're there first. Oh my God. Not even a rock, paper, scissors contest? You can't even just, all right, fuck it, rock, paper, scissors. Come on, man. Order in the court. No goddamn rock, paper, scissors. Dude, me and my friends were so goddamn nerdy in school, and school was so fucking boring. We would literally sit around after we got our work done and make up bullshit games of rock, paper, scissors. We would make up different versions of rock, paper, scissors. One of them was Jew, American, Nazi. So it was Jew. It was rock, paper, Jew. That's Jew. American and Nazi. So rock, paper, Nazi. So of course the Nazis beat the Jews. Americans beat the Nazis. And the Jews beat Americans. We had already agreed on this, you know, back in like 2008. All right. The Jews, they run all the banks. I was making this argument, I think. I was the one that said, oh, the Jews beat the Americans because they run all the banks. I probably quoted Shell Rothschild. You know, I was like, well, if you control a nation's money, you know, you care not who makes its laws. And they looked at me like, oh, okay, I guess, you know. And so we would be over in the corner while everybody else was still working on their bullshit worksheet. And we would fucking... and we'd be reacting shit. Ow! You know. Called it Jan. Jew, American, Nazi. It's not rock, paper, scissors. We gotta play Jan, son. For audio listeners, the American is the salute, and you know, the Heil Hitler is the Nazis, and the cover in your back of your head is the Jew. If you want to play at home, ladies and gentlemen, very entertaining. Okay, very politically incorrect. Rock, paper, scissors game. China says, I hope China has a Great Depression. Fuck them. You don't have to worry about them, dude. They're not going to innovate. They're just talking tough. They're posturing. They don't want to be seen as weak to their tax-paying cattle. So, you know, it's just the ego of a communist dictator. And you're not going to win a battle of ego with Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. You can see how petty Trump can get. You don't want to get in that ego match. And the inefficiency of having a communist dictatorship ruling over them will catch up with them eventually. I don't care how much pseudo-capitalism they try to incorporate. Like, it's not going to work when your society is that top-down controlled. Front hole enthusiast says the Jew sign should have been rubbing your thumb on your index finger. Ooh. It's that yarmulke, baby. But that's how boring public school was. You literally were making up games to get through the goddamn day. Another beer, ladies and gentlemen. Trump's about to break these deep state sneaks off. They're not ready for it, dude. We're getting that agenda through, man. That agenda through, baby. Dude, Trump is the blackest president we've ever had, bar none. All right? And I can prove this with a set of bar graphs. If you'll just look over here, I've analyzed the blackness of our president. He's very shit-talking prone. He's very gaudy, all right? He's quite negatified. He's that super shit-talking, you know, thugged out, porn star pussy crushing, niggified president. Way blacker than Obama. Dude, When Obama tried to clown him at the correspondence dinner, dude, it was that clap back. They're like they're battle rapping. Trump said, okay, we'll see. You know, and he put on his fat diamond encrusted Jesus piece and he tucked it under his red tie. And then he riffed. All right, he was freestyle rapping all of his goddamn rallies, you know, and the number one hit, Obama. That was not a Freudian slip. That, you know, that was accurate. Obama was the founder of ISIS. Oh, mic drop. That's how you drop a mic, Barry. The fuck out of here, dude, with your swishy hips. Bullshit left-handed jump shot, dude. Don't catch me on the wing. I got the claw of liberty. I got these big motherfucking claws, dude. I'm like Kawhi Leonard. I'm locking down Obama. You're not even getting a shot off, dude. I'm spiking that ball back in the third row. It's gonna hit your tranny wife in her ugly mug. So sad.
I couldn't get my shot off the whole game. It was, that white fellow was real serious.
What up, Burgess?
It's like he had a score to settle. And if okie dokie, I think he might have been a Trump supporter.
Don't think too hard, Barack. But yeah, Trump's got to get gully on motherfuckers. All right? The winning has only yet begun. First, we have to avoid the catastrophic loss, you know, of some bullshit Banana Republic impeachment. And we've evaded that. Oh yeah, without that dinner, Trump may not have been the president. Yeah, he was. That's all it takes to get the dragon energy fired up. You know, you got to get that little spark, dude. That was that little flint rock. Oh, you got them rocks cracking together. You created a spark. Oh no, you awoke the sleeping giant of the liberty-minded patriots out on the battleship on the high seas of Western civilization. We have awakened, my bigots. What up, Alan James? Alan James, I was going to ask you, I was expecting to get a cord from one of my social network connections here for the camera that connects to the microphone for the street interviews. But I'm not getting that cord anymore, and I need to buy my own cord. So I was going to humbly ask you if I could use the donation money from last night to get a cord for the camera to go to the microphone instead of the webcam. Because I was just thinking about what am I going to do with OBS that's going to contribute more value than the street interviews. I think the street interviews are going to be hilarious and fun, and we'll all get a big fucking laugh out of them. And so that's like, to me, that seems like it might be a good number one priority, is to get that fucking connector cord and get out there on the streets with that microphone. But I wanted to, you know, ask your permission. If you think the webcam would be better, I'll get the webcam. You know, but I like the one-on-one engagement with the Outrage crew versus having other people on the podcast. Occasionally I'll bring Clean Talking on or Kevin Pollard on. We'll have fun, you know, big blowout podcast. But I like the solo with the Outrage crew. Ah, yes. It can operate as the document cam. I see. And so I can switch back and forth between that cam. All right, I'll get the camera. What up, Sweet Chin? We do need a document cam in here. All right, we got to get down to brass tacks. And I'll earn my own goddamn cord money. I bet the cord's not even that much. I bet I could find a decent cord. I got to talk to Igor again and see what the fuck type of cord it was. But you know, we're gonna get that microphone hooked up. I'm gonna get me a brick suit eventually. You know, got to be on that brick suit, Bobby. Oh, front hole enthusiast Igor is the director of most of our sketches. He's that Russian individual. All right, but he is trying to, you know, he is trying to be that next Steven Spielberg. He is really trying to, you know, work his way up the shark-infested political waters out here in Hollywood. So he prefers to not have his actual name be revealed, so we refer to him as Igor. You know, he's trying to maintain that anonymity. He's that secret patriot. And I like that balance. You know, at first I was like, man, just you know, be real and come on the podcast with me. And because he's like, what is he, like 21 years old or something? He's like sharp as a motherfucker. He's super smart, you know, and he's real into making his own feature films and shit. But you know, I can see his perspective too. He wants to get into that mainstream filmmaking, and you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have a connection in the mainstream filmmaking world. So I'm like, man, just go do your thing. We'll keep doing our thing here with the Outrage crew, and we'll be here when you need us. Yes, front hole, I am colluding with Russia. We do not want to go to war with Russia. This means with a Russian agent. We don't want no fly zone over Syria. This means we are cock holster for Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is real chancellor of podcast. As soon as I said chancellor, I slipped into German. Chancellor of podcast. 9. The federal outrage chancellor. There is nothing wrong with little bit of voluntary eugenics. We want to procreate with black women, have children that can throw down windmill dunk in high school. My genetics, they need more fast twitch muscle. We need leaping ability. Posterizing people. Dude, I want to be that LeVar Ball talking shit to other parents, you know, in the high school basketball game. Ooh, wee, your son just got posterized, baby. Oh, you see my son out there? Oh, Instagram saw the shit. Oh, boy. He cocked that joint back and just banged it on him, son. Oh, my. That's my boy. Oh, my God. Doing what Pops never could. All right, son. Killing the game. The NBA does kind of piss me off now, though. You know, I want the hand check rule back. I want some actual defense. I don't like this, you know, up and down, like 7'2" motherfuckers just throwing up 3-pointers with 20 seconds left on the shot clock, and the whole, you know, everybody's trying to be Steph Curry and shit, and just throwing up ridiculous shots. Like, I don't like the small ball. I like tactical, like hard-nosed, like playoff basketball. That shit was fun to watch, man. To see what teams were doing in the half court. Like, I loved watching the Lakers run the triangle when they had Kobe and Shaq. And I love that series against the the Sacramento Kings. I think it was 0-2. Dude, that was a chess match. You know, they had to double Shaq, bring it in and get back out on the shooters and fucking rotate. And like, it wasn't just up and down like, oh, Russell Westbrook has a 46-inch vertical, so he's just going to run through and dunk on everybody. It's like video gameized. I want the goddamn hand check back. In this pussified NBA where everything has to be a review, whether or not it was a flagrant foul. It's like, ugh, come on. These motherfuckers are making trillions of dollars for playing a game. It's like, oh my God, if they get a bruise on their hip, catastrophe. And meanwhile, there's a lot more fast breaks, which means like, I've seen more catastrophic injuries, you know, in the modern style NBA than we ever saw, you know, in the 80s and 90s. Like you see Paul George when he cracked his fucking leg, it was like a compound fracture. Oh, dude, it was so bad. And that's that shit that happens when you get repeated fucking, like, the whole game is up and down and players are fatigued and they're just cascading into the fucking, into the stanchion of the goal. And it's like, I bet that contributes, because I've seen a lot of bad leg injuries. Like Gordon Hayward had a nasty one, you know? I don't know, dude. It's like trash video game basketball. Everything's about, you know, who gets the right bounce and the nice outlet pass and the alley-oop dunk. And it's like, okay, that used to be a lot cooler because it was a lot rarer. But now it's like everybody's getting a triple-double, and it's like, it's not even cool. Like Russell Westbrook has averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years, and nobody's even surprised. It's like, yeah, the whole game's played small ball, and it's like, 200 possessions a game. Give me back the hand check rule. That's why Jordan can't be touched, because he did everything he did with that hand check rule. And players fouling the shit out of him. There wasn't no flagrants being called on the Detroit Pistons, dude. That was that bad boy bruising you got, you know, when you went into the playoffs. Anyway, that's my rant on the NBA. I don't know if y'all give a fuck about the NBA. Cactus Jack does. I grew up wanting to be that NBA player, dude. Oh, Derek Harper was a defensive juggernaut with that hand check. Oh, he was that crafty fucking, you know, 6 man. Kay Burgess says, I have basketball news. In the WNBA, there were lesbians and one divorced has to pay $8,000 a month in alimony. By the transitive property, you are the male. Who's the most butch lesbian in this relationship? You got to pay the alimony. That's fucked up. Who has the most sculpted back? You've got to pay the alimony. All right? Who has the highest vertical? They have to go through like a combine, you know, to determine who's the most athletic. The most athletic has to pay, you know, the fucking that alimony, son. That is fucking funny. Oh, Bradley Murray, what up, playboy? He's out there on that island, you know. He's out there defending that old school Western civilization. You know, he's going to vote for Tommy Robb. That's good shit, man. That's what I like to hear. Tommy Robinson's got that dragon energy. He calls out the Islamists. And he's lambasted in the media for it. Oh, you're against young English girls being sold into sex slavery for the wonderful migrants? How dare you? How racist to not want to give up your daughter to the migrants. Oh my God. The EU wants you to sacrifice your daughter at the altar of multiculturalism. Multiculturalism will prevail. Never mind the actual needs of the British people. No, that's not important. Just march your daughters out in the street and have them be made into kebab meat. Oh boy, isn't it fun? Can you feel your culture being enriched? It's a palpable feeling here in the United Kingdom. Our culture is being enriched thoroughly. We gave up our daughter last week, and we haven't regretted it a day. We feel very progressive. The Muslims are happy. What up, trash bag? Aaron Freeman says Dennis Rodman was a Piston, then a Bull, then an ambassador to North Korea. You know, that was that weird friendship with him and Kim Jong. I don't know, truthfully, what the fuck was going on there. Maybe it was some kind of cuckold situation, you know, where Kim Jong just couldn't satisfy any of his concubines, and so he invited Dennis Rodman over, you know, to show him how it's done. You fucker them better. Dennis, bring her Dennis. He dated Common Electra. Common Electra, he dated her. Bring his stick here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more outrage piss. I shall come back and crack another beer. Oh my God, his Asian accent needs work, ladies and gentlemen. How offensive was that? Can we get the outraged Chancellor Nick Jordan canceled for his egregious crimes against humanity? PayPal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute to the Crimes Against Humanity Fund. All right, we're building a brick suit. I can't afford a brick suit right now. You know, I want one. I want to get one fashioned. I want to get one tailored. I want to be that brick suit Bobby. You know, but instead I just got to build up my shoulders and my traps. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Aaron Freeman says Kim loved the Bulls, tried to get Jordan. Just give me a man with colorful hair. That's all I want. Oh boy, the Asian accent's getting worse. It's getting worse. You know, we've made the media look like idiots based on the Russia shit. Yeah, Alan James, I named that's that brick suit Bobby, dude, up at the Trump rally. We all aspire to have a brick suit. All right, we want that wall. But when it comes to North Korea, I mean, you know, Trump has made the media look like idiots. He's been great against political correctness. He's been great in calling out the liars. You know, great in exposing the deep state, making them overreach. You know, with this horseshit canard on the Russia situation. But I think his finest moment so far as president is when he tweeted at Kim Jong-un and told him that his nuclear button was bigger than Kim Jong-un's nuclear button. All right? He made a dick joke and a nuclear war threat in the same tweet. That's called legend shit. All right? I'd say some controversial shit on stage, but if I was doing a show in Asia, I would probably leave out the small Asian dick material and the nuclear war material. But Trump just let that motherfucker rip on the Twitter. And it fucking worked. And I love it because that's going to go down in history books, dude. And then the president turned to Twitter, making a reference to the size of his genitalia in comparison to the leader of North Korea's genitalia. Soon after, a peace agreement was reached. Dude, that's that big dick diplomacy. That's a gangster move, dude. Trump is the blackest president we've ever had. Anybody who makes a big dick joke, come on, dude. His buildings are plated in gold. He's the most shit-talking, niggified president there ever would be. Now it's time for the agenda. Bring the troops home, build that goddamn wall. We've got to divert the billions away from the horseshit, fake-ass government policies that all these fake Republicans, you know, and you know, slithering Democrats are trying to get across. No. He knows what the base wants. Humble Electrician says Kim Jong-un was way into basketball and hip-hop according to his boarding school buddy. That's that American culture, dude. They can't resist it. You know, it's tantalizing. Even if you have all the power in the known universe over your goddamn country. Kay Burgess says, lots of Americans get in trouble because other countries don't have freedom of speech. If you leave the USA, keep your mouth shut. Oh! Yeah, you know, that's, you can't confuse America with the rest of the world. I mean, people romanticize, you know, traveling the world and seeing everything. But it's like, if you're not familiar with the cultural, you know, practices in the country you're visiting, you can find yourself in a heap of goddamn trouble for nothing. You think Rodman was a diplomatic agent? Well, I think he's friendly with Trump. Is Rodman a Trump supporter? Oh, he was on The Apprentice. Yeah, there was a connection between Rodman and Trump in my head, but I you know, that's what it was. He was on that Apprentice. So yeah, he knows what the Donald's up to, dude. He paid that way. You know, and he went over and crushed some Korean concubine pussy on the way. You know. Kim Jong wanted to get cucked. And he wanted Donald to make fun of his tiny dick. That's all he wanted out of life. And Trump and Rodman provided it to him. That's that, you know, that's that customer service. All right? Trump is in the customer service industry. He knows what the fuck goes on. You got to figure out what they want and you got to provide it. All right? You send Rodman over there. He tears up the concubines, you know, right in front of, you know, the fearless dictator. Behind a barrier so Rodman can't see him beating off, you know, and he can maintain his, you know, his supposed supremacy. What up, Luca Bear? Maintain some, you know, self-respect. And then the Donald comes over. He's like, I know what you did with Dennis. I know what that was all about. Dennis told me all about it. It's okay. It's okay that you have a tater tot cock. We know you have a wine cork situation, Kim. We're not going to blame you for it. It's not a big deal. We just want to make a deal. Okay? Just admit that my nuclear button is bigger than yours. Okay? And we can get this tater tot situation taken care of. And Kim Jong-un's like, finally somebody make fun of my dick. It's so small. You know, because Kim Jong, he was grandfathered into the alpha position, but he's an alpha in North Korea. All right, he respects the shit talking. Because he shit talked Obama, and Obama was like, oh, well, we're not going to meet with him. I just want to stay in Washington and get pegged by Michelle. I mean, Michael. I mean, Michelle. I mean, if you want to call her Michelle, you can call her Michael or Michelle. Fool me once, okay? If you want to fool me once, shame on you. And he slips into George Bush. Fool me twice. Shame on the dildo my wife uses on me. Burgess says something you all don't know about North Korea. They made the best cartoons. You need to check out the later episodes of Squirrel and the Hedgehog. You won't forget it. Well, I don't know. I might have to skip that one, dude. You know what I skipped? Game of Thrones. Do we have Game of Thrones watchers on the Outrage crew here? I skipped that whole motherfucker. Because it seems like just a leftist, you know, Machiavellian fantasy. Oh my God, who's gonna be the most ruthless? Who's gonna fuck whose sister this week? Who's gonna get their throat slit? It's like, yeah, dude, that's... Nobody's saying they watch Game of Thrones. That's, Luca Bear watched the first season and then it was gay. There you go. Sometimes it takes, you know, you just want to dip in and see what the fuck is happening. I feel like just watching the last episode so I can go on stage and roast it. But it's all this, you know, materialist, Machiavellian, power-seeking, you know, no principles, no meaning to anything, nihilistic, you know, blood, horrorcore, fuck fest. Oh, how fun. Not interested. My if okie dokie comes off too smooth. I need if what okie dokie. If you want to watch InfoWars, okay, folks, that's your choice. But if need to be a little more sputtering. If you want to have an InfoWars bumper sticker on the back of your hatchback, you might just be the Outrage Chancellor. Guilty as charged. I got that InfoWars bumper sticker, dude. I'm triggering motherfuckers left and right. Oh my God. He doesn't care about the Sandy Hook kids. You moron. Looks like somebody didn't read the WikiLeaks. Oh. That InfoWars hatchback renegade, dude. That might be the name of the next podcast. Bradley Murray says, what is a tater tot? Oh, he's from that UK. I thought he was being facetious there. I should probably pronounce that word right. Facetious. Oh, facetious. We're slurring the words. We've got the battleship back on course. What is a tater tot? A tater tot is a deep fried little tot of minced potato. All right? It's kind of like a hash brown. It's basically like a potato nugget. Oh, dude. Tater tots. Whenever you had those first good tater tots, I grew up in the Midwest, so that was Sonic. Y'all ever been to a Sonic drive-thru? Ooh wee! They got them, you know, a trillion different flavors of, you know, slushies. You know, you can mix and match your slushy flavor, and then you get them that you know, foot-long container of cheese tater tots. It's got the melted cheese over the top. You pull them motherfuckers off, and then you got the fucking the ketchup packet. All right, my dad taught me this because an amateur mistake with the tater tots is you drizzle the ketchup over all the tater tots, and then you don't get the tater tots underneath the first layer. So you pick up a tater tot, you got the ketchup packet in your hand, you dollop just the right amount of ketchup on the tater tot, and then you chomp that motherfucker down. That's that secret pro tip from the pops. All right, but that Sonic drive-in, dude, you get a fat slushy and some tater tots. Oh boy, that's that carbohydrate hitter when you're fucking 12 years old.
Not that you really care, but I'm gonna go with and eat. Okay.
What up, raw dog? Bradley Murray says, don't know what a potato nugget is. Do you know what a hash brown is? It's basically potatoes minced together and formed into a little, like, you know, pellet shape and then deep fried. All right, so you probably got to, you know, you dice up a potato, you put some oil with it, you know, and you form it into a little fucking tot. And then you dip that motherfucker in the deep fryer. And that's that Americana. I haven't had a tater tot in a long goddamn time, dude. You guys make me hungry. Sweet Chin says Jews own the ketchup production. It always comes back to them, doesn't it? I thought it was. I thought John Kerry's wife was the CEO there. Maybe she's not the CEO, but she was like, you know, in the founding family, that Heinz family. That doesn't sound like a Jewish last name, you know. Sounds German. Don't be slandering the ketchup industry. They have nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. That's a good German-American company. Heinsbergstein. Was crack-a-lackin', Archer? You came in on the fourth beer. We've been having a good time tonight, dude. We've been talking about that, you know, that brick suit Bobby that got invited on stage with Trump. You know, he had the awkward handshake, almost hug. Trump didn't want to get stabbed. You know, the Secret Service was having a neurotic breakdown, but he didn't give a fuck. He's like, get him up here, you goddamn patriot. You know, with the brick suit on, dude. I think he was in Pennsylvania. Montoursville. He's hitting that Rust Belt. Some dude, Trump invited some dude on stage at the rally who was wearing a blazer that had bricks all over it. So it was like a wall blazer. He's that brick suit Bobby. Humble Electrician said, Nick, if you had OBS up and running, you could pull up a tater top pic. Yeah, that's true. Alan James contributed. I shall get the camera he suggested. All right, we're going to get some document cam on here, motherfuckers. How does that camera plug in? Is it USB? I just plug it into my laptop and then I can stream from it. I'm thinking about it right now. I don't know if I would even know how to set up the webcam stream. I guess I would have to go live on my laptop, and then yeah, I got Streamlabs. But I guess I would just have to go to YouTube in my browser, go live in the browser, and then select the webcam, I guess. We'll have to tinker around with it. But yeah, I'll get that webcam. What do you Google to find it? Just go to the Donald Reddit. Type in Donald Reddit. Reddit. And if you aren't subscribed to the Donald Reddit, you really should be, because it's one of the best, you know, collection hubs for memes, you know, and it's the only pro-Trump Reddit pretty much on it's the only pro-Trump subreddit on Reddit. Oh yeah, I got OBS, AJ. You know, I opened it up. I was fucking around with it, but I haven't ever, you know, started a stream with the laptop, so I don't even know. I gotta fuck around with it and see how it works. Oh, Alan James says, yeah, USB. Then your PC will stream from there. You'll set sources, one for cam, one for browser. Okay, right on. Right on. We're going to get it figured out. Sweet Chin says, Donald Reddit has sneaks in it. Keep your head on a swivel. Yeah, I mean, Reddit is so leftist, it's hilarious. If you ever just want to laugh out loud, if you ever want to get a nice fucking belly laugh, look up r/politics on Reddit. Every thread on the front page politics Reddit. It's a default subreddit when you make an account on Reddit to have this R politics. And it's like supposed to be their sterling, this is the political coverage. Their website is Reddit is supposed to be the front page of the internet. Oh, this is the consensus of the internet. But you go to r/politics, all it is like psychotic beta leftist masturbating to the thought of Donald Trump being impeached on a daily basis. It's like you get downvoted to oblivion for posting anything remotely true. It's hardcore, straight up, like authoritarian leftist moderated. It's fucking hilarious, dude. The only thing that is allowed on r/politics is like jizz frosted beta cake. Oh, what's on the menu? Jizz frosted beta cake again. Oh, I couldn't have guessed. Dude, it is fucking hilarious. If you ever just want to tap into the, schizophrenic, idiotic leftist mind state, our politics on Reddit. Let's just look up the headlines on our politics right now, because I guarantee it's going to be funny. Our politics. Come on. Let's go to all and find the politics on here. And they don't have a goddamn link on the front page, of course. It couldn't just be easy, ladies and gentlemen. Our politics. I'm typing it in the damn address bar. All right. First link. Guess what the first word is? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a particular conspiracy theory that's been floated and also totally debunked. Not Nazi. Collusion. Russian documents reveal desire to sow racial discord and violence in the U.S. Oh boy. Oh, the projection. Everything the leftists are currently doing, they blame on Russia. Who is sowing racial discord more than the social justice screechers on social media? Oh, these goddamn white people. We need the right skin color in charge. White privilege, oppressed minorities. Oh my God. Who is sowing racial discord? No, you've got it all wrong. It's Vladimir Putin. Oh, who is sowing the racial discord? Didn't you know? He's an unapologetic straight white male, which makes him irredeemably evil. Yeah, dude, front hell enthusiast. I haven't done that bit on stage, but I plan on doing it pretty soon. That white privilege is the bigotry of high expectations. Because it's like, well, just people just trust you more because you're white. And it's like, well, that's kind of judging a book by its cover. I was born into a trailer park. I got a very middling credit score. It seems like the bigotry of high expectations. I've got to live up to Thomas Jefferson and George Carlin? Fuck. Just let me be me. Why do you have to concentrate on my low melanin count? Raw Dog, what's up, my bigot? He says Nick was such a bigot he frowned upon ratchets. I did not want to serve their tables, dude. I didn't want the goddamn drama, the special orders, the shit talking, and the no tip. Oh, the racism. It's running rampant. You know. Meanwhile, I'm collecting the black waitress's numbers. And the black manager guy is really pissed off about it. He's got to strike back. Try to hit me with that racist label, dude. How dare you, sir, you middle management cuck. Yeah, the manager happened to be a black dude, and he basically accused me of racism for trying to pawn off my tables that were obviously trouble. I had a very trained eye. I'd been working there for almost 2 years, you know, at this Olive Garden in Culver City, you know, inside of a mall. All right, so you don't get typical restaurant goers, you get, you know, mall creatures, you know, scrabbling their way in for the breadsticks with all their special order horse shit and their kids throwing spaghetti all over the carpet, you know, tipping wine glasses over. No, thank you. Does anybody want to pick up a table? You know, and I did that 3 or 4 times and somebody snitched on me. Somebody went Henry Hill. It's fucked up, dude. The manager comes to me like I'm, you know, the head bigot in charge. AJ really wants to see Heaven's Titties on the podcast tonight. He's super fired up.
No amount of money.
She
But I
said,
think it's really the problem we got.
he's been speculating about your background activity for a long time. She said no amount of money. Oh, she's showing you some
I just
you know,
got this. No, my boyfriend got this for me today.
some cartoon lingerie.
It's a unicorn.
This is not the lingerie.
Amazing. Amazing. Sorry, I heard it. Yes.
But they thought I was that head bigot in charge, dude.
I'm late for the starting. There's so many things open.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, paypal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute to the Western Civilization Defense Fund. All right, to the Technology Increasing Fund. To the Podcast Improvement Fund, Western Civilization Defense Fund. PayPal.me/Outrage TV. Nick Jordan himself on Instagram. I am Nick Jordan on Twitter. All right, like it if you like it. Share that bad motherfucker out if you dare. All right, don't be like Igor and try to hide your identity. Share what you like. Put your name on it. All right. That's that Tony Dungy. That's not Tony Dungy. It's fucking, who was the Jets coach? Herman Edwards. That's who it was. Put your name on it. Be a man. You an Outrage crew. Put your name on it. Put that Outrage stamp on it, baby. Playoffs? We're going to the playoffs, dude, in the Outrage crew. We're rallying together. We're making first downs. You know, we're making the right play. We're making the right read. We're diagnosing the defense. We're identifying the blitz, dude. We're burning motherfuckers. We're hitting that slant route. We're taking it 60 to the house. Don't try to blitz the chancellor. I'm reading your goddamn defense, Deep State. You Deep State reptilians. You don't have a chance. I've been looking at at the pictures on the sideline. I've been, conferring with my offensive coordinator. You're done. All right, we got to keep the beers under control. I've already had 4. I don't want to get insane on the membrane.
Oh my God.
We got to regulate. We got to have discipline. We got to have personal responsibility. It's what the podcast is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about staying healthy. It's about eating your broccoli. It's about getting on the squats. It's about building that brick shit house for Western civilization. You got to get on that brick suit, Bobby. You got to watch for the corner blitz, dude. Take a drop kick in the back like Schwarzenegger. And still make it to the chopper. What up, Nitai? You just came in on the last avalanche of arguments here. We're about to sign off on the Outrage crew. But we're making first downs. We're getting to that trophy. We're climbing up the bracket. They can't stop us. They got a rudimentary defense. We got the shit figured out. The Deep State sneaks, they don't have a chance. The Russia horse shit is over. We're getting that agenda through, ladies and gentlemen. And just for the Outrage crew, we gotta give the people what they want, dude. We gotta give the people what they want. They want a real American. All right? They want somebody who's going to take on the communists, take on the cultural Marxists. Dude, the Outrage maniacs know what the fuck is up. Western civilization. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. PayPal.me/Outrage TV. We'll catch you back. Same Outrage time, same Outrage place. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen.